Yes, thank you. With us, this is abbreviated Fiji Village Street Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan, and we are here at the SODELPA office at McGregor Road, and having a discussion with the General Secretary of SODELPA, Mr. Viliame Takayawa. Viliame, just in relation to the management board meeting of the party that sits on Friday here in Suva, if you can give an indication to our people what the meeting is about.
First of all, I just want to make some clear, system that happens in the party. This office is a secretariat, and in the secretariat, this is where we receive suggestions, submissions, and recommendations, which we collate, we gather in, and then we make a paper to be forwarded to the management board or to the working committee when necessary. So this management board is a scheduled management board which is happening on the 26th, and it's the first management board for this year. And for our constitution, the SODELPA party constitution, we are to have 4 minimum management board meetings, which equates to about 1 in every quarter, unless something extraordinary comes up which we need to meet. So in this management board meeting, there are already agendas already put forward that were inherited from the last management board meeting, and some new ones that has come through, which has been dealt with by the working committee, and have now moved it up to as a recommendation to be presented to the management board. And that's the job of the office. We are the secretariat, we collate, we draw it up, and then we present it in the management board.
So this, in relation to Aseri Radrodro, your MP, who has been dismissed from cabinet, there's a lot has been said from Friday. Yeah. After the announcement was made by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister came back on Sunday in a live national address, clarified that he was acting also based on the decisions or advice from the Solicitor General, based on legal consequences if the FNU Council members were not reinstated. It's definitely an issue between the Prime Minister and the Minister for Education, and the process, according to him, was delayed, and he kept asking for action to be taken. Where's the party stand on it?
Well, like I said, the party collects information. So when we received the information on Friday night, I called for a working committee meeting for Saturday to request what to do moving forward. So we've formulated a letter which was sent on Saturday to find the reasoning of this dismissal. And basically that reasoning is to explain it to the management board, not much on the discretion of whether it's the power or no power of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has every discretion, but it's just that the agreement, the coalition agreement that's there, needs to be updated based on the new circumstances that we are in, and that's the reason we have asked. And we are thankful to the Prime Minister for explaining on Saturday afternoon. And the minister has wrote his, I think he did the explanation on Sunday afternoon, and the minister did his yesterday. And that's the information that we are going to take to the management board. So, and the management board will make its decision, and we'll let you know in that regard where the party stands in regards to this dismissal.
So, just for people's understanding, has the party determined whether the minister followed the directives of the Prime Minister or not before acting on certain proposed actions to be taken to the management board?
Well, that's the thing. The documentations are all here, and we have all the facts and the letters and everything. It is now to be given to the management board to make the determination on this issue. Once that's been done, then we will issue a statement on the party stand on this issue.
There were other things that were mentioned after the working committee met. Number one was opening up the door to other parties. People are assuming, you would have seen, there's been some attacks as well, that you are trying to hold the government at ransom. You may be going towards the other party that others do not agree. Can you clarify for the people?
Yeah, the management board, the working committee met, and they have given some 4 opportunities for the management to look into, and that's one of it. Looking at other parliamentary parties, political parties. That's. I mean, people had to take into context too. At that time, the working committee's temperament was a little bit, hot.
So it was made with anger and haste?
You can say that, but like anything else, human nature. But again, like I said, as we go to the day, people are going to make decisions.
But people would want to know, Viliame, in relation to whether you will or you have started discussions with Fiji first.
First of all, we haven't started. In fact, we have numerous calls from people from PEP, their supporters. We've had calls too from Fiji First and their supporters. And we've told them we cannot start any discussion unless we overturn the current management board resolution that we are to go to stay with the coalition until the end of it. But because the recommendation has been given, we have to present that to the management board, and the management board will give the approval whether to talk to anyone else in regards to moving forward.
So who from Fiji First is contacting who at SODELPA?
We haven't contacted anyone. It's just the supporters. Most of them are just.
So Fiji First.
Just Facebook. They're sending messages to the office and.
To get you to start discussion.
Yeah, to start the discussion. But we cannot do it unless we are given an approval to start discussions.
Yesterday you also said that the coalition agreement stands and you want to continue working with the current coalition partners.
Yeah, that is the current standing of the party. That is how it is. The new recommendation from the working committee is to give this opportunity to be discussed.
Do you think it'll go down well with the current partners? What do you think about that?
I think this is our process. That's why we are a little bit open and transparent. That this is the discussions happening online. I mean, here on this table, the working committee have shown their recommendation. I'm just a conduit between the concerns to the management board to present them documentation so that they make an educated decision.
What were the other recommendations of the working group? You said
that's the thing, that we will present it first to the. Unfortunately, that we will present it to the management board, and then we will make.
One was in relation to talk to other parties. The only other party in Parliament is Fiji First, because the other ones are in the coalition. There's another one that's been talked about, is the Prime Minister to be replaced.
Yes, because of that was from the findings of this reporting, from Aseri's explanation and the facts being presented. Maybe the office of the Prime Minister is not telling the Prime Minister everything, or the Prime Minister's office is not, is not upfront to the Prime Minister with the documentations and things. Even, like I said, our letters, we've been sending letters to the Prime Minister's office, but we don't get a reply. And that's specifically from this office, the Secretariat, writing to the Prime Minister's office on the concerns of the management board from this office to the office of the Prime Minister, but we don't get a reply. I fully understand that maybe the Prime Minister and the party leader talks, but it could be in the vicinity of their cabinet ministerial jobs, that discretion on the operations of the government. But the party don't get involved in that. We only write to the Prime Minister based on the concerns of the...
So you would want the Prime Minister to be communicating directly to the party if the party has any concerns?
As per the agreement, as per the coalition agreement. And have that meeting, the monthly meeting that's supposed to happen, to continue with that. Because if that happens, at least there'll be no anxiety on our side. There's a lot of... And when you don't talk and don't communicate, the anxiety seems to build up.
Just for clarity also, the issue in relation to the Prime Minister saying that he was acting and urging and asking based on the Solicitor General's legal advice that the FNU appointments need to be actioned, need to be reinstated to ensure there's no legal consequences, and he's acted because the minister did not act, was defiant or as he said disobedient, and somehow amounting to insubordination. What's your comments on that?
Well, we've seen the report. They've been reinstated and they've already finished 2 or 3 council meetings as the media is reporting. Again, I cannot answer that question because it's an internal ministerial communication between the government. But just looking at the media that's going on now and the media outlet and the reports, they were reinstated. So really, like I said, we just need to present it to our management board. And so that question could be really asked the Prime Minister and SG and the Minister himself.
Now, we had the dismissed Minister Radrodro making a public apology for everything that happened and putting it down to miscommunication and moving on, and also that for his dismissal to be rescinded and for him to be appointed. Is that something that will be taken to the management board based on Radrodro wanting the Minister for Education portfolio back?
Again, the management board will decide, but the management board also understand it is the prerogative of the Prime Minister to appoint, dismiss his ministers. Our part as the Secretariat is to document the things, make sure that we are in line with our party constitution, and because the party constitution is attached to the coalition agreement, we need to make sure we are complying with it so that we're following our own laws and regulations, and that is under the Political Parties Act.
So you're saying the management board will decide what happens next, but you're saying the coalition agreement is not under threat?
I don't think so. Any of those issues are under threat, because currently the coalition is alive and supported by the management board. These are just things that we got through the weekend, that the recommendation by the working committee, and that is something that we have to take to the management board to deliberate, and it's not to make a decision again. The recommendation from the working committee is taking a recommendation to start to talk, not to change allegiance or remove the coalition. Or it is just the recommendation is to talk, and that's it. After that, we will have another management board meeting to discuss where to take that, because now it become a management board agenda. So the next meeting, what happens to that discussion, where they'll go and have a discussion. But I'm quite sure just like 2022, there'll be also a hand too given to our current coalition partners, to relook at some of our issues.
You had said the tempers were quite high on Saturday when that recommendation was made.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be reviewed as well?
Well, as like yesterday, if the dismissed minister apologized on the process and everything, but as we go along, I think things will start to calm down, and people will start logically thinking and rational, start to settle in.
And we know that you have a management board which is made up of quite a large number of people. You have 43 in total?
Correct.
So you expect 43 management board members to be here on Friday?
I hope so, because again, this is the only political party that has a democratic process where the members are given the task to make a decision on the way forward for the party. There is no dictatorship, there's no one-man call or anything like that. So this is why this party is what it is, democracy. It's the only party that gives the transparency, accountability, and good governance to the members to make the decision or not to go, how to go forward. And that's given to the 43 members that sit on the management.
What's the makeup of the 43? Where do the 43 members come from?
Yeah, we have 29 constituencies. We have youth members. We have 3 youth members. We have 3 women's members. And then we have executive members who are selected from within the management board too. So it's personally I find it a better way of running things, because everybody gets to pitch in on the way forward for the organization.
You have a quorum of 22. You need to reach.
Yes, we need 50% of the total numbers to start the meeting.
So your agenda for going back to your agenda for Friday.
Yeah.
What are you discussing?
So as everybody can see on the Facebook page, we are discussing the coalition agreement. It is just something that came from the last management board to the next agenda. And we also have as you know, our constitution states that we have to announce our party leader on the second AGM, and that's something that we need to discuss in this one here. And also our constitutional review. That is something that we're also looking at the numbers, to get the numbers down so that it streamlines some of the...
To reduce the number of
management board and
so what's the number you're looking at from 43?
So that's the thing. We need to. We are going to present it to our management board, and the management board to tell us whether we stick to the same numbers. But these are some of the submission given by some of our members, and in terms of the numbers, we have some of our Australian. Chapter, part of the constituencies in Suva have submitted to, not Suva, the constituencies in Fiji, to reduce the numbers, because we might have to look at how we can streamline things, looking at the 2026 elections.
There's some comments made attacking you. People have said that why Viliame Takayawa is making some pronouncements and saying things, also saying that you are inexperienced in politics compared to the veteran in the current Prime Minister. What's your comments to the people?
Yeah, I'm just a conduit for the people who have a working committee and our management board. Whatever they decide collectively, that's what I talk on. And like I said, the recommendations were done by them. As under the Constitution, I am the media spokesperson, and I just say exactly what has happened. mean, this is a free country, free world. They can say whatever they can say, but we have to follow the process, just like everybody follows the Bible. We need to make sure that we follow our constitution and the recommendations from our working committee and resolutions from our management board.
Your comments to the people as we finish off on Friday, the expectations, by when would some decisions be made? Are we looking at overturning of the agreement, things like that people are looking at the worst case scenario as well?
I don't think so. There'll be any overturning of anything. Everything is still on discussion mode. This is our submission as recommendation to the management board to start discussions. That means it could be just discussion within the management board in itself and not going out. If the management board makes a resolution to go out, then that's how it's going to go. But like I said to you earlier, this is the same management board that has been managing the whole of last year. Although some of our members have been, have taken up other posts, but they also have, we run as a constituencies. They discuss it within themselves. And as you know, that this agenda was sent out about 21 days ago. 21 days ago. So they are to discuss these issues from their branches and constituencies. So there's a lot of dialogue within those constituencies. So, if there's 28, 29 constituencies, if you have 5 branches each, there's quite a lot of numbers discussion. So when they come to the meeting, they already have discussed it, a couple of meetings in the 21 days. So that being said, it's the people's choice or whatever they do. We are just the conduit that present it to the public.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay.